Welcome to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show, where you get advice you can trust, from the latest real estate trends to the best mortgage rates, from curb appeal to home warranty. This is the show that will help you save and make the most money when it comes to buying or selling your most valuable asset. Now, here's your host, broker and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty of Florida, Rick Kendrick.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Hey, welcome to Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Show. This is Rick Kendrick and my partner, Carrie Kendrick. How you doing this morning?
Doing great, Rick. Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, well, it's our show, so, you know, you're the one when we deal with numbers. I want you to be talking about the real numbers here because I think it's pretty important. So I know the new numbers are out now, right?
Yes. So we did get, year to date as of, going into the final quarter of the year. So
I know it's Sunday morning, so I want you to go ahead and get an extra cup of coffee because I'm going to be throwing some numbers at you here. But I want you to just pay attention that these numbers are going up, not down, like they talk about nationally, all right? And it's because I believe where we live at.
Oh, without a doubt. We do live in paradise.
We talk to agents all across the United States and even in Canada on a weekly basis, and they just do not talk the same tone that we talk about how numbers are trending up. They talk about numbers trending down. Not as many buyers out there, not as many sellers out there, interest rates, everything you can think of on a negative side. But quite honestly, if you're a buyer out there, you have a great opportunity to make a purchase here. Or if you're a seller, you have a great opportunity because prices are going up and continue to be that way. Right, Carrie?
Yeah, for sure. So understanding the real estate market and the dynamics of what's happening is an important part of a buyer or seller. Okay, if you're planning on making a move, you want to have a good understanding of what is happening in the marketplace.
So, let's just start off real quick about inventories. So you were telling me this past week about inventories, and we track very closely because we wanted to be able to express this information to the buyers and sellers that we work with. What's going on in each individual county, correct, Carrie?
Yeah, so we're in the Southeast Florida market. Okay, we're actually out of Palm Beach County, but we do cover, Martin, St. Lucie, and of course we monitor what's happening in Broward County as well.
Actually, sometimes we include Dade County, correct?
Yeah, we will. If we notice that the numbers are getting skewed and we're kind of questioning as why it's occurring, we will go ahead and pull in the Dade County numbers and see if that's having an effect on our numbers.
So what's really interesting here, and I want you to hear this when Carrie's talking about it, is how Dade County's inventories are up as far as absorption rate, right, or inventories, and ours is still at that kind of that seller's market type deal?
Yeah, so for sure, we're still experiencing a seller's market, and we have been all year long, okay, up to this point of the year, been in that 3 to 4 months level of inventory. But that contrast that to Dade, and they're up to about 5 months of inventory.
So Dade County is up to over 5 months of inventory, correct?
Yes, but understand that is still considered a seller's market. It's not until we're getting above 6 months of inventory on the market do we consider it sort of transitioning more into a buyer's market.
So mostly the markets that we contend with or deal with is Palm Beach County, St. Lucie, Broward, and Martin County, and all those numbers are in the threes. Is that right?
Yeah, in the 3 to 4 month range.
Yeah. So you got to understand here, there's still somewhat what we call a shortage of homes, but there's a reason behind it, and we're going to get to that here in a second with their numbers. So let's just kind of go through the numbers. I'll maybe pick just maybe one county, or we can kind of go through them all, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, so we do have stats on the different counties throughout our marketplace. So if you are in, let's say, Martin County or St. Lucie County, and you're interested in hearing like what is going on with the numbers in your area, reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to provide that with you. I'll just touch on Palm Beach just briefly. So year to date, the average sales price is up 4.6%, and it's hovering right around $714,000 for the average sales price.
So here's out. The numbers are trending up again, continuing to trend up. I really don't think we've had a show where we've said, hey, the numbers are down, have we?
No, and we're looking every month because we're trying to gauge, what is happening and what trends can the sellers that we're working with expect if they're considering a sale.
So here's the thing. We want to make sure that you're just as educated about the situation as we are when we're dealing with this, okay? Because we can make a better decision for you as a buyer to negotiate the best terms and the best conditions for you and the best price. As a seller, we can get you at market, okay? at market price or get a little bit more than that. But it just depends. But these are the numbers that we look at. Okay, so the average sales price was up 11% or 10%?
The average sales price year to date is up 4%, and the median sales price is up 6%. So the median sales price year to date in Palm Beach County is right at $450,000.
Okay, Gary, let's talk about this just a little bit because I think this is pretty important. We were talking about this earlier. List price, sales price, right? Mm-hmm. So list price is what we listed at. Sales price is what it sells for. I'm looking at these numbers, and there's a sharp contrast, okay? If I take the average list price, is it a 10% increase?
Yes.
Okay. If I take the average sale price, all right, what is that telling us?
Well, I think the reason that this conversation got started earlier, before we got to the station, about what's been happening with the numbers in our marketplace was we noticed that there was a large increase in the number of days on market. So we started to dive a little bit deeper into why are we still experiencing, an increase in our median sales price, an increase in our average sales price, yet we are experiencing an increase in the days on the market. And so we came up with one of the reasons is there's a big discrepancy between what the sellers are asking for their homes versus what the homes are actually selling for. Sellers
beware, okay? I can tell you for a fact, and by experience, if you price your property at market, and we'll give you that number, okay? If you price it at market, the buyers will come out. I can tell you a lot of buyers today are paying cash. I can just say that right fact. I mean, the transactions that we've done this past week, close to 80% of them are saying, I'm going to pay cash for it. Is that right, Carrie?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
It's incredible. So it just shows you that, number one, there's buying power out there. Number two, it's irrelevant to the interest rate, okay? What it really is relative to is the price. The buyer wants to get a fair price, and I can do that for you. I can come out, take a look at your property, walk through it, kind of give you some tips on what to do and what not to do, but more importantly, sit down with you and show you that bottom line number, what you're going to get in your pocketbook, okay? So that's free of charge. And if it's time for you to sell, it's time for you to sell. If it isn't, that's okay. We can get back together later on when you're ready to go. So, Carrie, here's the thing. We just love the opportunity to be on the radio to talk to our listeners today, right? We're out there every single day meeting home sellers and home buyers, and we do love talking to them about real estate. So if anyone out there is considering to make a move, we'd love the opportunity to interview for the job. Give us a call at 561-901-3333. That's 561-901-3333 or rickhasthebuyers.com. After the break, we're going to dive into our topic today. 7 key real estate trends for the upcoming year of 2024. Believe it or not, here it is, October, folks. So our trends, let's start talking about those right now for you. We'll be right back.
To schedule an appointment with Rick Kendrick to help you buy or sell your home, call 561-901-3333 or go to rickhasthebuyers.com. Rick will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on News Talk 850 WFTL.
So you've decided to sell your home, but you really don't know which real estate agent to call? Hi, it's Jennifer. Let me put your mind at ease. Call my friend Rick Kendrick from Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty of Florida. Let me put it to you this way. Rick is so confident in his marketing system to attract the right buyer for your home that he guarantees to sell your home at a price and a timeline that you agree to, or he'll buy it for cash. Nobody else does that. For example, there's John and Maria. They were trying to sell their home in Wellington. They needed an agent who could sell it for them quickly with as few inconveniences as possible. Rick met with them right away, listened to their needs, and then immediately put his marketing system into action. After only one showing, their home was under contract in just 3 days. And best of all, Rick was able to net John and Maria over $40,000 more than the home that sold across the street, which was the exact same model and floor plan. Just another success story as to why you should call Rick Kendrick. 561-901-3333. That's 561-901-3333. Or visit rickhasthebuyers.com.
Hi, I'm Eric Rosemary, branch manager at Cross Country Mortgage in Boca Raton. If you're deciding which lender to trust, whether you're purchasing or refinancing, I would love the opportunity to work with you. Over my 20-year career, I've helped close to 10,000 families buy or refinance the place they call home. Despite what you're hearing about interest rates, you might be surprised as what we can do for you. Let's talk. Call or text me at 954-312-3104 or visit rosemarymortgageteam.com.
If you're ready to buy or sell your home and would like to schedule an appointment with Rick, call 561-901-3333 or go to rickhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, Rick Kendrick.
Hey, welcome back from the break. This segment, we're going to be talking about our 7 key real estate trends for the upcoming year. And you can probably be a little bit surprised at what we're going to be saying here. You know, low inventories likely will continue through 2024 in our market. High demand, stricter lending standards may make a repeat of the Great Recession unlikely. Economists like our favorite friend Zillow estimates a 6.5% rise in values. Is that right, Carrie?
Yeah, it sure is. So I think that that's just basically attributed to the lack of inventory still, right? There aren't enough homes.
Yeah, and the other thing is the pricing of it. So let's take this first one as far as the key real estate trends. You know, people are using more and more technology, okay? It means to be the key driver in our industry. Is that right, Carrie?
Yeah, for sure. So technology is a vital part of our industry for sure. Prop tech is what it's referred to as. So these companies are getting into virtual reality, right? AI, we've all heard of Chat GPT. Okay, these automations of our processes and everything likely will continue to trend, making it easier for, home buyers and home sellers and real estate agents to do business.
So, what we experience here, okay, is that about now, October, November, and December, our folks up north, our friends up north that come down are going to be calling us and saying, hey, Rick, do you have any homes available that I can take a look at? And I'll go, yeah, sure. Whenever you get, no, I want to take a look at them online. And I want you to go to the property, which I don't have a problem with. Go to the property and let's do a FaceTime. And believe it or not, they'll make me do that to like 2 or 3 homes, which I do not have a problem with. Okay. And then on top of it, they may even say, hey, Rick, you know what? I can't wait to make an offer. I'd like to get into that house when I come down here for the winter months. Can we go ahead and make an offer? It's incredible, right, Carrie? And it's happening more and more.
Yeah, it makes things more convenient for sure. Right. So, you have the millennials and the Generation Z. Their search preferences are all digital.
Yeah, and they were living with their parents, right, the whole time. Their parents may be kicking them out, or they saved enough money living with their parents. Now they're ready to go ahead and buy a house.
Yeah, so they're struggling, obviously, with student debt, right? So the cost of going to school is become extremely astronomical for these young kids. So they've accumulated a lot of debt, but at the same time, they've lived with their parents perhaps longer than we might have when we were their age, and they've managed to save up some money, and they're using that money to move themselves into home ownership and also a lot of investment properties they're buying up as well.
They are a very educated buyer today. I think when I deal with a young person, and when I say young, I'm saying that, the early 30s, mid 30s, these folks, they know their numbers and they know where they want to be on each thing. So I say it works out very well for us. So one other thing that I probably want to look at pretty strong is this green construction process that's going on right now. Carrie, the environmental awareness is driving up the demand of properties?
Absolutely. Sustainable housing, energy efficiency, right? Buyers are looking for properties that have a low carbon footprint. So a lot of builders are now, as standard practice, offering a lot of these features that they didn't years ago, but are now standard.
Yeah, I mean, even the government's getting into the game, right? They're offering tax benefits to people who get solar panels.
Absolutely. A lot of incentives, right? Rebates, tax credits, and so on for, either upgrading your existing home, whether that's appliances, putting on solar panels, upgrading your lighting fixtures, and so on.
Yeah. High impact windows, obviously every other commercial you see on TV today it's either an attorney or high impact windows, right?
Yeah, and smart home features as well, right? So they enable us to, conserve water, making sure that the sprinkler system is on timers, right? We have the Nest thermostats, which are, they can sense when we're leaving our home, so they can adjust the thermostat temperature up. So there's a lot of new advances that's going on that's great to see, and will continue for sure into 2024.
The growing awareness of climate change is here in Florida. With solar panels, high-impact windows, smart homes. Those are all good. And like I said, the government's into the game, and they will give tax advantages to that. So to me, that's a big trend that's going to be happening in 2024. Everybody out there, as far as a buyer, whenever I walk a buyer through the house, the questions they ask me, is that high-impact windows? Do they have solar panels? How old's the roof? Those are the questions they ask. So those things can be improved quickly by the seller and show improvement to the property, right? Here's the other thing I've noticed about what your trends are going, okay? We're seeing people moving out of the city in Palm Beach County and moving west, right?
Yes, they've created a whole new city, Westlake.
My earlier years of real estate, which was 15 years ago, okay, I was showing property out in Loxahatchee, which is way west of here, in that $250,000 to $300,000 range. The average house out there is probably about $600,000 or $700,000. They even have properties out there over $1 million. So people are moving out. The other thing is, too, is that when you get to the east side of Palm Beach County, obviously things get very, very expensive. So to see value, they're moving out there and getting more land, more house at a greater value, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's also the trend up north, right? Even outside of Palm Beach County, right? We have a lot of folks who are considering, the Port St. Lucie area. In many instances, they can buy, a practically brand new, or even in some cases, a brand new home for, $375,000, $400,000.
I know some folks who are thinking about maybe buying an investment property, right? And this has become a big thing. And I believe people who are looking at that are smart, all right? Because what they're doing is that they're planning their future. If they buy one property per year for the next 7 years, they'll be ready to go for retirement, because the value of homes, as we just said earlier, keep on going up on an annualized basis.
Yeah, so the trend for Airbnbs and VRBOs, that is something that is very appealing to millennials, okay, and also to Generation Z. They're into this, okay? And I mean, we see people coming from California to Florida with the sole purpose of buying these investment properties.
So anyway, I think those things are really strong, and what those trends are going to be going on for the next, in 2024. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. And it's interesting because, we have spoken to several folks recently who do have investments. We have a relationship with a real estate agent up in the Smoky Mountain region, and he has a whole business that he refers to as cash flow cabins. All right. So basically, they're turnkey investment opportunities for folks. And then, of course, we know of one woman recently who has a condo down in the Keys, and it nets her $55,000 a year. So these investment properties, these Airbnbs, this can actually be a really great investment opportunity for, let's say, a baby boomer who may not have the retirement, set aside or saved up. It's almost like having a second job whenever you're retiring.
Listen, I wasn't able to go over all of them, the 7 key real estate trends for 2024, but you can get this. I can send you the information on this. You can either call me or text me at 561-901-3333. That's 561-901-3333, or rickhasthebuyers.com. I'll send this information to you. It's pretty good information. So after the break, we're going to be talking about our feature listing of the week, our buyers in waiting program, and also I want to talk to you agents out there that might be interested in making a move here, moving from where you're at right now and getting with a team that makes it happen for you in this market of real estate. Hey, listen, we'll be right back. This is Rick Kendrick with your Home Sold Guarantee Realty Show. We'll be right back.
To schedule an appointment with Rick Kendrick to help you buy or sell your home, call 561-901-3333 or go to rickhasthebuyers.com. Rick will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on News Talk 850 WFTL.
Hi, it's Jennifer Ross, and if you've been thinking about selling your home, you already know that the only agent that I would recommend to you is my friend Rick Kendrick. He's a broker and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty of Florida. Now, what about the listener who would love Rick to sell but doesn't want to deal with the headaches of cleaning, staging, holding open houses, and all that other stuff?
Well, Jen, we have the perfect solution. First of all, we always like to make our traditional home selling process stress-free, but for the listener who doesn't want to fix up their place, who has inherited a home, or simply wants a fast, hassle-free sale, we can make them an immediate cash offer. And for that seller to get the most amount of money for their home.
Come on, you can do that?
Absolutely, Jen. We'll come right over, appraise a home, make you a fast, fair cash offer, and close as little as 3 weeks.
Cash in your hand, hard to beat it. Call Rick Kendrick right now, 561-901-3333. That's 561-901-3333. Or visit rickhasthebuyers.com.
Hi, I'm Eric Rosemary, branch manager at Cross Country Mortgage in Boca Raton. If you're deciding which lender to trust, whether you're purchasing or refinancing, I would love the opportunity to work with you. Over my 20-year career, I've helped close to 10,000 families buy or refinance the place they call home. Despite what you're hearing about interest rates, you might be surprised at what we can do for you. Let's talk. Call or text me at 954-312-3104 or visit rosemarymortgageteam.com.
If you're ready to buy or sell your home and would like to schedule an appointment with Rick, call 561-901-3333 or go to rickhasthebuyers.com. Now, back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, Rick Kendrick.
Welcome back, everybody, to our show. When we talk about what's going on in the market and how sellers price property, I'm going to give you an example that things really happen the right way and show you that there are buyers out there. So I don't know if my listeners out there last week heard me talking about a property in Delray Beach. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and I said, this thing's going to go quick. It was priced at $375,000. Now, listeners, sellers, pay attention to what I'm saying. The seller says, I want to sell to market. I priced it to market. It did need some work, just to let you know. That went on the market, and the same day I got 15 offers. I had 35 inquiries on this property. 80% of the offers that we got were all cash. And we can do this for you. We can do this for you with a free market evaluation. So anyway, Carrie, we had like 7 new buyers come in sitting at our table last week, and we got them pre-approved, ready to go. Is that right?
Yeah. So it's interesting because, we have a lot of buyers that are reaching out to us, and there is this lack of inventory that we're continuing to experience, as we've mentioned earlier in the show here. And so what we like to do is we like to sit down with folks at the beginning of our relationship, and we kind of like to really dig in deep into what it is that they're looking for. So in all likelihood, the property that they're ultimately going to end up buying isn't even on the market yet. So the better of an understanding we can have as to what it is you're looking for, that way, as soon as that property comes across our desk, we'll be able to put you in the best position to go after it and to win, especially if you're in the price range where you would be competing against multiple offers.
So after the show here, Carrie, I got a couple appointments at our office, and I'm going to be sitting down with a couple buyers. And what I've already done already is that I had Eric Rosemary with Cross Country Mortgage get them pre-approved. All right. So which is very, very important. Now I know the parameters of how far they can go as far as loan value is concerned. And what we're going to do is that we're going to sit down with them in about 20 minutes. We're going to figure out what they're looking for and pick out a few houses. And within 72 hours, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to be showing them property. More importantly, every buyer that works with us, not only do we give them a guarantee, okay, that we'll guarantee that home for the next 24 months. If they're not happy with that house, my gosh, we'll sell it for free. We'll get out there and find you another one. Number 2, we offer every one of our buyers a 12-month guarantee on all their appliances, which includes their AC system. And at any time they're not happy with our services, just let us know. We'll go our separate ways. No cost to you at all. So just to let you know, we are here for you at any time to work with you as far as finding that house. Sellers, we're here to show that, like that house in Delray, 15 offers, 80% of them were all cash. And by the way, my seller got the terms and conditions because he wanted to stay in the house for another 60 days. And the buyer says, hey, no problem. No problem. So we got all cash. I got a 1-day inspection period. Plus, he got to stay in the house for another 60 days.
Yeah, so this is the big benefit of pricing your house correctly right out of the gate. Okay, if you price it too high, you're going to have to go through a series of price reductions, and you're not going to have the benefit of choice. So in this scenario that Rick just ran through, the seller was able to lay out all the offers, and he was able to get the terms that he wanted. All right, and that is what comes with the benefit of choice.
So I want to just kind of take this time right here, these final seconds that we have here, Carrie, and talk to the full-time agents that want to work for a very professional brokerage firm like the Rick Kendrick real estate team, right?
Yeah, so we're going into the final quarter of the year, okay? And with our team, we actually sit down with them and put together a plan to meet their 2024 goals at the beginning of October. All right, there tends to be, this 2 to 3 month lag in real estate. So if you are out there and you are unhappy with the current brokerage that you're at and you're looking to make a change, I would suggest to reach out to Rick. He'd be more than happy to sit down with you and tell you all of the amazing benefits that come along with joining our team.
Every Thursday, Carrie, I meet with agents, at 10 a.m. at our office and go through an orientation of what our plan is, what our goals are, what our vision is as a team, all right? Real estate agents. And I'm just looking at full-time agents, please. If you are looking to get on a team that works to make your goals in life, because I want you to be balanced out professionally and personally. If you're looking for an opportunity that gives you leads and appointments, I want you to give me a call, at 561-901-3333. That's 561-901-3333. We'll book you an appointment. You'll come in Thursday morning. You'll spend probably about 45 minutes with me. I'll show you the big plan that we're going to do here in our market. I can promise you, you'll be happy. All right, folks, thank you for taking time to listen to us today. This is a Rick Kendrick with your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Show, serving the southeast coast of Florida. Our network extends all across the country, including Canada. Call me or text me at 561-901-3333. I'd like to thank Carrie again for giving us up-to-date numbers. Please tune in next week at Sunday at 10 a.m. on WFTL 850 News Talk Radio. See you next week.
You've been listening to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show with broker-owner Rick Kendrick. Heard every Sunday morning here on News Talk 850 WFTL. Rick's company name is his promise, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. To speak directly to Rick about buying or selling your home, call now to schedule an appointment, 561-901-3333, or visit rickhasthebuyers.com. And mark your calendar to join Rick again next week at this same time for the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show here on News Talk 850 WFTL.